Alright, so I did question number 9, and the question talks about a particle that's accelerating through a potential difference, and then it's injected to a magnetic field where it has a centripetal acceleration and with radius 1, 2. And it wants us to find the radius if a second particle has 2 times the charge and 1/3 of the mass. So the first thing that I'm going to do is figure out the velocity when it leaves the potential difference. So we have conservation of energy, where kinetic energy plus potential energy initially equals the final kinetic energy plus potential energy. Since it starts out with only potential energy, we have QV, and then it all is transferred into kinetic energy, so it equals 1/2 mv squared. And so if we move around a bunch of variables to solve for v, we get v equals square root of 2qv over m. So that's the velocity when it leaves the potential difference. And now we want to find the radius of the path. And so we're going to figure out the force of the magnetic field, which equals qv cross b. And since the magnetic field is perpendicular to the velocity, you just get qv b. And then the centripetal acceleration, since it's a circular path, it equals mv squared over r. So qvb equals mv squared over r. And we move around variables again, and we get r equals mv over qv. So now, this is there. Okay, cool. So now we want to substitute in this velocity for the velocity in this equation, and that's where we get that equation. So r equals 1 over b times the square root of 2m voltage over q. Alright, so our first radius equals 1 over b times the square root of 2mv over q. So that's the same mass and charge as before. And then the second radius is the same thing, but over 3 times 2q, because q2 equals 2q1 and m2 equals m1 over 3. So the only thing that changes is this 3 times 2q, square root of 3 times 2q at the bottom. And so we get r2 over r1 equals square root of 1 over 6, because all the variables cancel out except for the 3 times 2 in the denominator. And when we multiply r1 times square root of 1, we get r2 equals r1 over square root of 6. And since we see in the top question that r equals 1.2 meters, we see that r2 equals 1.2 meters over square root of 6, which equals 0.49 meters, and that is answer choice C. Thanks for listening.